So, Dr. Pranita Gujarati, I am just adding you to Spotlight. Please unmute yourself and let's start. Yeah, I've asked you to be on. Yeah, thank you, madam. Let's start, please. We are already live.
Yeah. Vandana, madam.
Yeah, Vandana, madam.
Vandana Pathak, madam.
Yeah, the thing is, she has not started her video, nor has she started her audio. She's just joined. I think you can start though, since
yes, she is going to start, and she was here just a few minutes back.
No, I've asked her to start both the things. So,
हाँ सर, वो कुछ तो भी मैसेज कर रहे हैं आपको चैट में.
अच्छा.
हाँ हाँ, उनको अनम्यूट करना क्या.
मैंने तो अनम्यूट किया है, वो हो नहीं रहा है.
Hello, yes, sir. I am unmuted.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
Dr. Vandana Pathak. So I'm starting.
Start.
Initially, I was on the laptop, but because of some reason, I've just missed it. So.
No problem.
Madam, you can start, sir. Say you can start now.
Okay. So the backdrop I will later on put. Okay.
No issue.
Okay. I'm starting. Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Vandana Pathak, practicing in Kanpur, UP, a graduate from Jhansi, and did my further learning from Podar Ayurvedic College. I did my further learning from Podar Ayurvedic College, Worli, Mumbai. Presently, Seh Sayojika Nima Women's Forum, Uttar Pradesh. Today, along with my co-anchors, Dr. Pranita Gujarati, and my anchor friend, Dr. Pranita Gujarati, and co-anchor, Dr. Veena Goombar from Punjab, Dr. Prem Lata from Bihar, and never to be forgotten technical experts, Dr. Manish Joshi sir from Maharashtra, Dr. Girish Daga from Maharashtra. I warmly welcome all the delegates, our respected chairperson ma'am, and our learned speaker and host of the session, Dr. Jay Mehta sir. I warmly welcome all the dignitaries of NEMA, President NEMA Central, Dr. Vinayak Tembulkar sir, Secretary NEMA, respected Dr. U.S. Pandey sir, Treasurer NEMA Central, respected Ashutosh Kulkarni sir, President Women's Forum Central NEMA, respected Dr. Sadhna Kulkarni madam. She is the mother, the creator of Women's Forum NEMA Central, and Secretary of Women's Forum NEMA Central, Madam Masotkar, who is the thread of all Women's Forum NEMA, connecting all the pearls together. And once again, I welcome the speaker and the host, Dr. Jay, who will be about whom my friend Pranita will be telling. I am glad to tell you that it's the 6th session. Now, before we start the session, let us know, although we all know about National Integrated Medical Association, but since some of the new delegates are here, so I would like to tell everybody that in 2006, NEMA Women's Forum was established by our respected Madam Sadhna Kulkarni, just to involve maximum female graduates in association, so that they establish women's leadership in association, explore their clinical skills, share their knowledge, and come out with their hidden talents. And I feel proud to say that the main objective of this Women's Forum is fulfilling too fast. Number of female members and forum branches have increased, and all the members branches are doing so well in their respective areas and states. Madam, salutes to you, Sadhna ma'am. We can never forget you. I can never forget meeting you also. You and Masotkar ma'am. Now, as we all know, the subject of today's session is hysterectomy, and even after conservative treatment, when strictly indicated, hysterectomy is done in patients through abdominal or vaginal route or through laparoscopy, and now by robotic surgery as well. We are eagerly waiting for a respected, dynamic, young, very active Dr. Jay Mehta to know about today's subject. और जय मेहता के बारे में प्रणीता मैडम बताएंगी ही अभी. और now it's the time to welcome our learned chairperson of this session, Dr. Suchita Ray, who is joining us from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. She is Associate Professor, Department of Prasuti Tantra, Evam Stri Rog, Mansarovar Ayurvedic Medical College and Hospital, Bhopal. She did her BMS from Pandit Kushilal Sharma Government Ayurvedic College and Institute, Bhopal. Madam did her MS from Rajiv Gandhi University of Health and Sciences, Bangalore, and Diploma in Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences from Prakritik Chikitsa Board, Bhopal. She attained her first aid certificate course from Red Cross Society. Dr. Suchita Madam has a 12-year clinical experience and a 9-year academic experience. She was co-guide to 12 PG scholars and co-author in more than 20 international journals. She has given many lectures in many national and international seminars. Now I request my partner, Dr. Pranita Ji from Nagpur, to tell us about our young Dr. Jay Mehta, though he does not need any introduction. Over to you, Pranita ma'am.
I think she's got logged out due to some probable technical issue.
Okay. So let me tell a little about you. That Dr. Jay Mehta, as we all know, is a leading practitioner and a very good IVF specialist, a laparoscopic surgeon. And he is not only a good surgeon, but Pranita ma'am, you have come here now.
Yeah, she's back. She's back.
Thank you, ma'am. Continue, ma'am.
I think Dr. Pranita, you are online. You can continue.
Yes.
Sir, I'm muted. Huh.
Yeah, you're unmuted.
Yes,
Tell
yes.
me.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, all dignitaries, speaker, delegates, my fellow anchors and co-anchors. Myself, Dr. Pranita Gujrathi, President Nima Women's Forum Nasik from Maharashtra. Today, we are here at the 6th session of our lecture series, Menarche to Menopause. And our speaker, respected Dr. Jay Mehta, is leading this unique initiative. I'm privileged to be here to introduce Dr. Jay Mehta, sir, but I think sir don't like to introduce him as a stereotype way. And I know no words are enough to introduce Dr. Jay Mehta, but still I'll give it a go. We all know him as an obstetrician, gynecologist, fetologist, IVF specialist, embryologist, laparoscopic gynec surgeon, but it's not enough. He is a brain, mind, and hand behind Advanced Pelvic Surgery Center in Bombay, namely Shri IVF Clinic Ghatkopar, which is constantly striving to bring the best of medical advancement and service quality. Sir is a curious student himself, adapting to best and latest in the industry. His confidence, precision, and meticulous surgical skills are evident in thousands of beneficiaries so far. He has completed 10,000 plus laparoscopic surgeries within very short span of his career and 100 plus post-laparoscopic hysterectomy complications repair like vesicovaginal fistula per year. Being family physician, we always witness patients being discharged within 24 hours of hysterectomy surgeries and back in action in no time. He has always maintained an honest and direct approach, be it at a medical opinion, industry practice, or even patient counseling. He is a strong critic of misconception and ignorance towards medical issues, especially in our field. Through blogs, vlogs, he has a strong social media presence. His master classes are a great educational tool for the medical fraternity, but also a great patient counseling resource. So many allopathy people who has shown tremendous respect in Ayurveda. Dr. Jay Mehta sir not only respects Ayurveda, but also respects its practitioners. He has supported NIMA for our educational activities always. I would say with this brief introduction, Dr. Jay Mehta is the right person to talk on the topic laparoscopical hysterectomy, proper indications and post-hysterectomy problems. Before such subject, I would like to appeal all of you to keep your mic and camera on off mode. Please check your cameras before coming in action, please. This is my humble request. Please off your cameras and mic too. Over to you, Jay sir.
Yeah, Pranita madam, just stay online, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, you know, the session actually went live at 2:47.
Yes.
And right now it is 3:07.
Okay, sir.
20 minutes, right? This is the exact amount of time which it takes to do a laparoscopic hysterectomy when done by an expert. Okay.
Your time starts now, sir.
Yeah. So had somebody asked me to start a laparoscopic hysterectomy at 2:47, by now the surgery would have finished, and
Yes.
probably 6 to 8 hours from now the patient would be going home. Now,
Yes.
I have been extremely lucky and probably privileged to do surgeries on lots of doctors. Okay, I think we operate close to more than 100-150 doctors every year. All right. So we've been very, very lucky in that manner. And I'm also very glad to tell this to you that more than 70% of people whom we operate, they usually get back to their OPD. Be it whatever, they could be a family physician, they could be a gynecologist, they could be a radiologist, whatever. They usually get back to their OPD, start working within 72 hours of the surgery. Okay, most of them are discharged on the 24th hour, but most of them join back the OPD in 72 hours. Now, this is the first misconception which people need to clear, right? Normally what we see, I do a lot of OPDs across Maharashtra. So normally what do we see? We see that whenever somebody is being counseled for removal of the uterus, the first thing is, अरे बाप रे, घर में बहुत सारा arrangement करना पड़ेगा. You know, they will have to arrange for somebody to look after the food. They will have to arrange for somebody to look after the kids and the husband. They will have to arrange for somebody to look after the daily activities because the lady is not going to be okay. Now, that is the first misconception which you as family physicians have to clear. Of course, if you end up sending patients to people who don't know probably how to operate just because they are paying you a good referral or something like that, then don't expect all these things. This lecture is only and only for experts in laparoscopic hysterectomy. I'm not saying that I'm the only one in the country. There are approximately 7 to 10 people who are considered to be very good for doing laparoscopic surgeries, especially laparoscopic hysterectomy in our country. Okay, so if you are going to any one of these 10 people, then usually you can expect phenomenal recovery in your patient. All right. Operative time usually at most of the good places is going to be around 30 minutes. Recovery time is going to be approximately 6 to 8 hours. And almost all the patients who are operated with laparoscopic hysterectomy are going to get discharged within 24 hours. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Okay. Lot of times people tell this, that hamare area mein, in my area, in my city, it is very expensive to do a laparoscopic hysterectomy, and that is why I did an abdominal hysterectomy. Next time you make such a stupid excuse, please refer those patients to us, because patients who are not affordable are operated in charity in laparoscopic hysterectomy. Okay, so like, make better excuses, you know, rather than making such stupid excuses in front of gynecologists. कि patient के पास पैसा नहीं है, इसीलिए मैंने उसको ज़्यादा तकलीफ दे दिया. We are not at all responsible for adding to patients' problems just because the patient is a poor patient. All right. If it is a poor patient, it is our responsibility to try and operate the patient as cheaply as we can. Very simple. Okay. So that's a very wrong excuse. Even poor patients deserve excellent treatment. So I just hate it from the bottom of my heart when someone tells me that because the patient was poor, I did not do laparoscopic surgery. In fact, you will be shocked. If you do laparoscopic surgery in a poor patient, that patient will get back to work within 72 hours. If the patient gets back to work within 72 hours, imagine how happy she is going to be, right? She's going to be earning her bread and butter again. So that is something which you must very profoundly realize and implement in your practice. The reason why I am saying this is, as family physicians, okay, family physicians have a very vital role, okay, as far as counseling the patient is concerned. Family physicians have a very vital role in counseling the family of the patient, okay, because lots and lots of misconceptions. Quite a lot of times we've seen people come to us and tell us that यूट्रस निकालने के बाद में वो पेट का जगह जो खाली हो जाएगा उसका क्या होगा? अरे क्या होगा? वहां पे इंटेस्टाइन चला जाएगा. It's such a simple thing. Common question which people ask, large fibroids are there. Since it is an Ayurvedic forum predominantly, I'm going to request with folded hands to all Ayurvedic practitioners to know the limits of every science. You can't really cure a 20 centimeter fibroid with Ayurvedic medication. You can't really give homeopathic medication to somebody whose hemoglobin is 6.5 because of heavy bleeding. You try these experiments on your family people. Do not try these experiments on your patients. Sooner or later, all of you are going to end up in medical legal complications if you do such stupid things. Okay, it's very simple. Every science has a limitation. For example, allopathic science doesn't really have so many medications which are going to permanently treat the problems for heavy menstrual bleeding, right? Because there are no permanent solutions and because there are no long lasting solutions, a lot of women have to opt for hysterectomy. The same situation would be existing for a 20 centimeter fibroid. Don't really make up your indications just because you want to retain the patient. That's a very common mistake which is done by all practitioners. Okay, they don't want the patient to go. So what will they do? They will try some experimental therapy. Ye de do, wo de do. आपण करून बघू, आपण ट्राय करून बघू. हे कशासाठी तुम्ही ट्राय करून बघतात? तुम्ही स्वतःच्या फॅमिली मेंबर्सवर असं काही ट्राय करतात का? जर ते करत नाही तर दुसऱ्या लेडीजवर कशाला हे सगळं ट्राय करतात? Answer these questions to yourself and you will realize that there are certain strong indications for doing a hysterectomy. Remember, all patients who are uncontrolled on medicines, just remember this, all patients uncontrolled on medicines, all patients who do not have a rise in hemoglobin despite being on medications, these two are very important indications. Okay, all patients who are uncontrolled on medications and patients who are on medications but the hemoglobin is not rising, okay, these two are very profound indications. Second indication is that when there is any gross deformity in the uterus, fibroid uterus, adenomyotic uterus, grossly prolapsed uterus, uterine cancer, endometrial malignancy, severe menorrhagia, severe dysmenorrhea, endometriosis which is causing severe pain, all these are intractable indications for doing hysterectomy. You can't really make stupid excuses and prevent these hysterectomies. You can make excuses and postpone it, but you can't prevent it. Okay, though normally at our level what typically happens is patient has come to us to do hysterectomy, so we don't have to counsel the patient, we don't have to tell them about anything else. They already know everything at our level. But what is important is that family physician, as I said, should really counsel. You must sit down and counsel the patient. The commonest thing, which the patient asks us, I would request Dr. Pranita Gujarati to just unmute, please. If you can just unmute and stay on, because I'm going to switch to screen sharing.
Yes,
and, yeah. See, the
Yes, sir.
commonest thing which the patient asks a doctor before doing hysterectomy is, sir, operation करने के बाद में कुछ complication नहीं होगा ना? See, that's the commonest question which your
Yes.
patients will also ask you, correct? Anybody's patient.
Yes, sir.
Remember, when you have that uterus and when you are having heavy bleeding, when you have that uterus and when you are having severe pain, that is the complication. That is a complication of keeping the organ in the body. So you are doing surgery to relieve yourself of the complication. This is the most important counseling point of this session. लोक हिस्टेरेक्टमी करतात प्रॉब्लेमचं निवारण आणण्यासाठी. प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये पडण्यासाठी लोक हिस्टेरेक्टमी करत नाही. पार्डन माय मराठी, आय एम लर्निंग इट बट आय एम इम्प्रूव्हिंग व्हेरी नाईसली. ओके, बट रिमेंबर, This is what you should counsel. When I tell this to people, everybody gets shocked. Kai sangto. Arey, that is the fact. Okay. Remember, if you bleed 5 times in a day, change 5 pads in a day for 5 days in a month, and you have to take bed rest, you have to skip your OPD. Maharashtra government does not come to your house and give you Veer Puraskar for doing that. Understanding? Don't make such stupid excuses. Your husband will be very unhappy. Your children will be very unhappy to see their mother in problem. Don't you want to think about your husband and your children? All females, especially female physicians, must counsel like this to their patients. Obviously, when it is indicated. See, when it is not indicated, if you show a good doctor, that doctor is going to tell you, ह्याच्यासाठी हिस्टेक्टमी करू नका, we'll do just TCRE, we will put Mirena, आपण medications try करून बघू. No doctor is a bad doctor. Every doctor will tell you the right thing only. But when it is indicated, don't postpone it. मेरे बच्चे का एग्जाम है, कब है? अप्रैल में. आज कौन सा तारीख है भाई? जनवरी. तो जनवरी से अप्रैल के बीच में 50 बार हिस्टेक्टमी हो जाएगा. But still they will make that excuse. बराबर. इंडिया में हर दूसरे महीने पे फेस्टिवल है. अभी क्रिसमस है. अभी तुम है महाराष्ट्र का, सातारा में रहने वाला खेडूत. तुमको क्रिसमस से क्या लेना देना है भाई? बरोबर है. और तुम एक्सक्यूज मारताय की नाही क्रिसमसच्या नंतर करू, नंतर जानेवारी मध्ये मकर संक्रांती येणार, नंतर मार्च मध्ये होळी येणार, अप्रैल मध्ये बच्चे का एग्जाम आएगा, मई में वैकेशन आएगा. अरे ये सब एक्सक्यूज मत दिया करो, और ये सब एक्सक्यूज आपके पेशेंट को मत देने दो. ओके, टेल योर पेशेंट इट इज गोइंग टू टेक 20 मिनट्स. वो तुम्हारा टीवी सीरियल कौन सा चलता है आजकल? अनुपमा, बालिका वधू, ये सब का टीवी एपिसोड 30 मिनट का है, और हिस्टेक्टमी करने का टाइम 20 मिनट का है. हिस्टेक्टमी करवा के भी 10 मिनट का एपिसोड देख पाएगा भाई. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सो दिस इज द काउंसलिंग. मैं थोड़ा क्या बोलते हैं, डायरेक्ट बोलने वाला इंसान है, तो मेरा डिलीवरी ऑफ स्पीच थोड़ा कड़क रहता है ना. मैं गोड बोले नहीं आए. मैं गुजराती है ना, तो मैं थोड़ा डायरेक्ट आदमी है, ठीक है. पर ये प्रॉब्लम है, और यही चीज मेरे को ये लेक्चर में लोगों को बताना है. आप लोग को मेरी सर्जरी देखने का कोई जरूरत नहीं है. मेरी सर्जरी तो वैसे भी हर तीसरे दिन पे लाइव होती है फेसबुक पे. आधा इंडिया देखता है, आप भी देख लेना, ठीक है. हर सर्जरी 15 मिनट में खत्म होती है. बट दिस ना, आई हैव सीन, ये बहुत कॉमनली देखा है मैंने, क्योंकि ये लेक्चर फैमिली फिजिशियन के लिए है ना. ये मैंने बहुत कॉमनली देखा है. फैमिली फिजिशियन लोग बहुत डेंजर एक्सक्यूज मारते हैं. सर फैमिली को, हस्बैंड को कन्विंस करना पड़ेगा. अरे भाई, हस्बैंड का हिस्टेक्टमी है, हस्बैंड का हिस्टेक्टमी नहीं है ना, उसको किस बारे में कन्विंस करने का है? हस्बैंड को हमेशा 2 ही चीज का प्रॉब्लम रहता है. मेरा वाइफ घर पे आके खाना कब बनाएगा, और ऑपरेशन का खर्चा कितना लगेगा, खत्म. उसको शादी के 20 साल के बाद में वाइफ के यूट्रस में कोई भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. प्लीज समझो ये बात को, एकदम स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड बात है ये, ठीक है ना. मैं दिन का 7 हिस्टेक्टमी करता हूँ, तो मेरे को सब हस्बंड यही चाके बताता है, सर मी 2 वर्षापासून सांगत होतो, ही बाई माझं ऐकतच नव्हती. दिस इज द कॉमनेस्ट कंप्लेन एव्हरी हस्बंड डज टू मी. अंडरस्टँडिंग? एव्हरी हस्बंड कंप्लेन्स, सर मी 2 वर्षापासून सांगत होतो, माझं ऐकत नव्हती. मैं भी बोलता हूँ, अरे लेडीज लोक कधीच कोणाचंच ऐकत नाही. लेडीज लोक फक्त त्यांचे मैत्रीण जे डॉक्टर सुद्धा नाही त्यांचं जाऊन ऐकणार. आप डॉक्टर हो के आप बोलोगे ना युट्रस काढण्यावर काहीच कॉम्प्लिकेशन नाही, ती ऐकणार नाही. ती माझ्याकडे येऊन 3000 रुपये देणार कन्सल्टिंगचे, हा, आणि मी सांगितल्यावर सांगणार की काहीच कॉम्प्लिकेशन नाही, तरी पण तेच सांगणार. डॉक्टर काय, डॉक्टर तसंच सांगतात. ओके, उसकी जो काम वाली बाई आती है ना घर पे, जो बर्तन धोती है साथ में, उसको पूछेगी वो, काय वाटतं तुला? आणि नाही मॅडम, अजिबात करू नका, खूप आराम घ्यावा लागते. वो काम वाली बाई के एक्सक्यूज को लेके 2 महीने से डिले करते लोग ऑपरेशन. ये कॉमन प्रैक्टिकल पॉइंट है इंडिया का. सो मेरा सभी फैमिली फिजिशियन से हाथ जोड़ के रिक्वेस्ट है, अगर कोई इंडिकेटेड केस है, ठीक है, आप जिधर भी कराओ यार, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बट गेट अ गुड लैप्रोस्कोपिक सर्जरी डन फॉर योर पेशेंट. If you will be able to do this, trust me, this patient will bless you, because you are going to treat the entire family. Remember, a female patient is the backbone of the family at that age. Most of the women who undergo hysterectomy for medical indications are going to be between the age of 40 and 55. All right. This is normally the age in our country where usually they are well settled. Usually the children are grown up. So there is a lot of responsibility on the females. Understanding? And when you do a good procedure, you will treat the entire family. You will treat the wife, you will treat the husband, you will treat the kids, and you will treat the in-laws. So one surgery and one indicated surgery when done correctly, especially with laparoscopy, is going to change the future of that family. Okay. This is the most important point. Now coming to certain other small points, which I think family physicians must remember. Okay. One guideline for family physicians. All right. For doing a hysterectomy, it is not compulsory. It is not compulsory to do an MRI or a CT scan prior to doing surgery. Just a good ultrasound is more than enough. For every female, you should do a good ultrasound, which is more than enough. You need not do a compulsory CT scan or an MRI prior to doing a hysterectomy. Okay. One more thing for which our state is not very famous. Okay. If you look at interior Maharashtra, at some places, we have noticed that especially the labor class, even if they are aged 27, 28, after they have completed family, their uterus gets removed in the name of white discharge. We have taken a beautiful session on white discharge PV with NEMA. I hope all NEMA members have seen that session, because if you just examine the cervix, 90% of people with white discharge PV do not need to undergo a hysterectomy. This is a very important point, especially in interior Maharashtra. White discharge PV is a common indication for doing hysterectomy. Okay. खूप white discharge होते म्हणून पिशवी काढून टाका. Please don't advise such things. As responsible family physicians, look, we all know this thing for clear, right? Especially practitioners who are NEMA practitioners, they are practicing even in the remotest part of the country. I have seen NEMA practitioners in very inside towns. I was recently coordinating something for a patient who is with a practitioner who is staying in Islampur, that is in Pune Solapur road. Okay. He coordinated the entire case with me. I respect such people. You know, you are the people who are in the interior of our country. I was recently another doctor from Srivardhan, that is a small town in Ratnagiri district. Okay. Border of Ratnagiri and Raigad. He coordinated one beautiful case with me, and he is a NEMA practitioner. Okay, so you people are in the interior of our state. You people are on the ground level of our state. People listen to you because in that area where you have been practicing for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, whatever, if you are ethical, you are going to be treated like God. Remember that. And they will follow your advice. So do not allow young girls, especially 25, 28, 30, 32, 35, to undergo a hysterectomy, even if they have severe white discharge PV. White discharge PV can be treated by other methods. We have taken a beautiful lecture on that. I request all NEMA delegates who want to attend that lecture to go through the channel and watch that lecture, because that will save you unwanted hysterectomies. Okay, that will save you unwanted hysterectomies. That is very, very important. So, Dr. Vandana Pathak, it's okay. This lecture, I have added little Marathi because there are a lot of NEMA practitioners in Maharashtra. Some of your friends will translate the Marathi for you in Hindi and teach you after the lecture. Okay, don't worry about that. Another thing which is very important for family physicians to note about hysterectomy. Lot of times the commonest confusion is operation के बाद में खाना क्या खाना चाहिए. Remember, after the operation, once the patient is discharged, you can eat all what you want. Operation होने के बाद में कोई restriction नहीं होता. You can eat all what you want. You can eat fried food, chicken, mutton, paneer tikka masala, whatever you want to eat, you can eat, usually within 24 hours of surgery. The other common question which people ask us is that, will there be any travel restrictions? To this, I have a wonderful joke. People who normally get operated in the morning, at least in my hospital, they fly out of India in the evening. They fly out of India in the evening. Okay. This is a fact. And this is exactly how a good hysterectomy happens. Okay. One more small thing. Commonly, family physicians ask this. Sir, patient का पहले बार सिजेरियन हुआ है डिलीवरी के टाइम पे. एक बार सिजेरियन हुआ, उसके बाद में क्या हम लैप्रोस्कोपिक सर्जरी कर सकते हैं या नहीं? Answer is yes. irrespective of number of cesareans done before, a good laparoscopic surgeon will be able to do laparoscopic surgery for you, for your patient, and give the patient a fantastically good outcome. All right. I normally do not like to speak for more than 25 to 30 minutes, as you know. Last 5 to 6 minutes of the entire session, I'm going to dedicate to something called as fistula. The only thing which I want to tell you as family physicians is that hysterectomy, though it is a standard surgery, okay, it is associated with one bad complication, and that is fistula. Fistula is a problem where either the ureter or the bladder develops a connection with the vagina. And in that situation, the lady will have continuous leakage of urine. Okay. The only thing which family physician should know, is that the treatment of fistula is a quick surgical management as soon as you diagnose the fistula. Once a fistula happens, do not try to criticize, sir, हमारे यहाँ पे gynecologist ने ये किया. It is a known complication of any surgery. Understanding? It is a known complication. अपन पैरासिटामोल लेते हैं तो एसिडिटी होता है कि नहीं? अपन पैरासिटामोल लेते हैं, एसिडिटी होता है तो डोलो को थोड़ी अपन जला देते, नहीं जलाते ना. साल में 5 बार डोलो लेते हैं, ये जानने के बावजूद कि डोलो लेने से मेरे को एसिडिटी होता है. Understanding? Similarly, it is a rare complication. Out of 100, probably one patient will have it. But it is a complication which is a known complication. When you diagnose this, the diagnosis is going to be done by a CT scan. If you want, we operate entire fistulas for all people of our country for free. If you do not know this, I'm telling you, because most of the gynecologists send their fistulas to us. We operate more than 100 fistulas in a year, and we operate all of them for free. Because just like how we are friends with Nima, we are extremely close friends with our fellow gynecologists also. So there is a very high possibility that a gynecologist in your town would have probably at least heard of me as far as fistula repair is concerned. So remember, this is the only thing which a family physician should remember. If anybody is interested in watching our surgical video on hysterectomy, मैं वापस बता रहा हूँ, मैंने लेक्चर चालू किया 3:07 को, मैंने खत्म किया 3:27 को. 3:07 to 3:27 is 20 minutes. इसके पहले, in this much time, I will finish one hysterectomy. आराम से, irrespective of the size of the uterus, considering the type of expertise which we have with laparoscopic surgery. I'm not going to boast about it. You can check it on YouTube. Okay. If there are any further questions, I'll be very happy to answer to each and every one of you for the next 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah. So let me first unmute Pranita madam. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your useful and very crisp detailing about laparoscopic hysterectomy. Basically, the way you describe the absolute indications of hysterectomy and the necessity of doing surgery at right time. That word was very good. One indicated surgery done at right time is a boom to that family's health. वो सर एकदम से टच कर गया कि आज साइंटिफिक सेशन में हिस्टेरेक्टोमी कौन सी करनी है, कैसे करनी है, इसके बजाय फैमिली फिजिशियन ने कौन से तरीके से अपने पेशेंट को काउंसलिंग करना जरूरी है और खुद समझना जरूरी है कि दिस इज द एब्सोल्यूट इंडिकेशन फॉर सर्जरी. और सर्जरी आप कहीं से भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हमने एडवाइस अच्छा देना बहुत जरूरी है. थैंक यू वेरी मच सर फॉर दिस वंडरफुल सेशन. It will definitely help in selecting a candidate for the same.
I think the bottom line is, no, family physicians should not be probably interested in understanding what is difference between laparoscopic surgery or vaginal surgery or abdominal surgery. According to me, family physicians are so busy that out of 100, only 2 will get the time to attend surgery for their patient who is undergoing laparoscopic hysterectomy. But family physicians should know which patient is indicated and which patient is unindicated. If you know this difference, you will have a wonderful family relation with that patient.
Yes, sir. और सर ऐसा भी देखा जाता है महाराष्ट्र में कई छोटे देहातों में कि जहाँ ये जो लोग शुगर केन कट करने के लिए जाते हैं वो लेडीज भी
बिल्कुल
हाँ 30 डेज से 30 डेज काम करने के लिए उनकी बहुत अर्ली एज में हिस्टेक्टोमी की जाती है एंड दैट शुड बी स्टॉप विद द इनिशिएशन ऑफ फैमिली फिजिशियंस वर्किंग ओवर देयर सर. I'm really obliged to have this particular message for my colleagues sir. सर इसके ये सब जानने के बाद भी मैं आपको कुछ ऐसा पूछना चाहूंगी कि सर आप अगर अभी आप हाईलाइट करते हैं कौन सी सर्जरीज आप लेप्रोस्कोपी के लिए ही लेते हैं और कौन सी सर्जरीज आप ओपन करते हैं या वजाइनल करते हैं, तो थोड़ा सा एब्सोल्यूट इंडिकेशन फॉर वजाइनल हिस्टेक्टोमी एंड ये थोड़ा सा.
See, honestly, Dr. Pranita, I am a bad person to answer that. You know why? Because I'm a very popular laparoscopic surgeon. So everything which comes to me or everything which I do is laparoscopic surgery. You know, I love laparoscopic surgery as much as I love my wife. So you can imagine how much I love my wife. You know, so practically, if you ask me, for me, everything is laparoscopic surgery because it is the best route to give the minimalistic pain to the patient.
Yes sir.
Okay, I am only look. पेशेंट क्या देखता है प्रणीता जी, ध्यान रखिए, पेशेंट को ये नहीं पता कि मैंने सर्जरी कितना अच्छा किया अंदर से. पेशेंट को ये नहीं पता कि मैंने लेप्रोस्कोपी में 1 होल मारा या 2 होल मारा, वो नहीं पता उसको. पेशेंट सिर्फ एक चीज देखता है, ऑपरेशन के बाद में मुझे पेन कितना था. अगर मुझे पेन नहीं था तो डॉक्टर अच्छा है. ऑपरेशन के बाद में मैं कितने दिन के अंदर काम पे पहुंच गया. अगर मैं सेम डे पे काम पे चला गया, नेक्स्ट दिन पे काम पे चला गया, तो ये तो कमाल का डॉक्टर है. क्योंकि मेरे तो सारे फ्रेंड ने बोला था कि 5 हफ्ता आराम करना पड़ेगा. ये बंदे ने आके मेरे को 3 दिन में खड़ा करके काम पे भेज दिया. यू नो, पेशेंट ओनली सीज दैट. सो माय एडवाइस इज दिस, if you think you will be able to get a similar result with vaginal hysterectomy, then you should do vaginal hysterectomy. If you think you will be able to give similar patient outcome in abdominal surgery, do abdominal surgery. No surgery is wrong or right. Okay, it is what your patient tells you that is right. A patient who is happy with your surgery will always tell you, sir, मुझे पेन नहीं था. अगर पेशेंट ऑपरेशन के बाद काम पे नहीं जा पाया तो पेशेंट तुमको फोन करके बोलेगा, सर एक्चुअली आपने बोला था 3 दिन पर मैं 7 दिन नहीं जा पाया. पेशेंट विल नेवर लाई टू अ डॉक्टर, रिमेंबर दैट.
यस सर. लेकिन समझो पेशेंट बहुत ओबेज है, 130 kg वेट है, तो उसके लिए भी हम
लेप्रोस्कोपिक सर्जरी. लेप्रोस्कोपिक सर्जरी इज द रूट ऑफ चॉइस, क्योंकि बेरियाट्रिक सर्जरी आप लेप्रोस्कोपिकली कर सकते हो ना.
यस सर.
हाँ, तो अगर बेरियाट्रिक सर्जरी लेप्रोस्कोपिकली रिपेयर होता है तो लेप्रोस्कोपिक हिस्टेरेक्टमी कैन बी डन, और रादर इज द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ चॉइस फॉर अ मॉर्बिडली ओबीस पेशेंट.
ये सर, बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि फाइब्रॉइड की साइज बहुत बड़ी है, तो पेशेंट को और उसके फैमिली फिजिशियन को भी ऐसा लगता है कि तो इट इज नॉट फॉर मी सर, बट इट इज फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस हु आर लिसनिंग नाउ, कि इतने ह्यूज साइज के फाइब्रॉइड को हम लेप्रोस्कोपी से कैसे इजी करते हैं सर. प्लीज एक्सप्लेन दैट.
आपने काफी बार हमारे फोटोज देखे होंगे.
यस सर.
बट रिमेंबर, साइज इज अ इंटरफियरेंस इन द ब्रेन. That's it. अगर तुमको डर लगता है कि बड़ा यूट्रस है तो लेप्रोस्कोपिकली कैसे लगेगा, तो तुम्हारे मन का डर है. लेप्रोस्कोपिक टेक्स्ट बुक के किताब में किधर भी ऐसा नहीं लिखा कि ये साइज के बियॉन्ड तुम लेप्रोस्कोपिकली नहीं निकाल सकते. सो इफ यू आस्क मी, हम तो पेट के अंदर से हाथी भी निकालते हैं. अगर हाथी फिट हो गया तो हम हाथी भी लेप्रोस्कोपिकली निकाल के देंगे.
ओके. और सर ऐसे कुछ पेशेंट्स रहते हैं कि उनके समझो एक मेनोरेजिया करके उनकी कंप्लेंट है, लेकिन उनकी यूट्राइन साइज एब्सोल्युटली नॉर्मल है, तो उनको आप हिस्टेरेक्टोमी सजेस्ट करेंगे या कुछ और प्रोसीजर सजेस्ट करेंगे?
So we've taken a beautiful lecture on bulky uterus इसके पहले.
Yes sir.
Remember?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
If the size of the uterus is less than 8 centimeters, I again repeat that same word, then please consider something called as TCRE. That is a beautiful procedure for a normal uterus where you remove the entire cavity. करने के बाद में, it is not that the lady stops bleeding, but if she is bleeding for 5 days, she will bleed for 1 day. If she is bleeding for 5 pads, she will bleed for 1 pad in a day. Her life will improve because that is not an absolute indication for hysterectomy.
Yes.
Understanding? So if I get a choice, I do a TCRE, I counsel, and I do a TCRE. Unless there is malignancy inside in a normal size uterus.
ओके, मीन्स अगर मैलिग्नेंसी मिलती है यूट्रस में और वो नॉर्मल साइज भी है तो भी हम हिस्टेरेक्टोमी प्रोसेस करें.
Absolutely.
यस सर. और अगर समझो वजाइनल डिसेंड है, यूट्राइन डिसेंड है, तो उसको हम वजाइनल ही करेंगे, राइट सर?
The treatment of choice for uterine descent is laparoscopic repair of prolapse. It is not vaginal repair of prolapse. The standard guideline tells you that vaginal hysterectomy with PFR is a non-anatomical procedure. Laparoscopic repair with mesh is the treatment of choice. But remember one thing, vaginal mesh is a controversy. ये mesh को vaginally डालना controversy है, पर laparoscopically mesh डालना is the treatment of choice for prolapse. But remember, prolapse is a specialized topic. I can probably speak on prolapse for 15-20 days. Prolapse no is a patient based topic. क्यों पता है? क्योंकि कौन से patient का uterus कितना बाहर आया है और कितना उसको अंदर लेके जाना चाहिए. That is an individualized procedure. Okay, that is a completely individualized procedure. So prolapse should be repaired with laparoscopic surgery, and it should be tailor made. It should be given based on what the patient needs. Okay. By the way, मैं आपको एक prolapse का एक चीज बोलता हूँ, बहुत अच्छा चीज बोलता हूँ. The first camp which I did for laparoscopic prolapse was with Rotary Club, and you know, that was for women who were working in the farms and were having grade 4 prolapse, and we had operated 20 such women with mesh for free, and they went back to their farm working in 48 hours.
Oh my God.
Okay, so that is the advantage of laparoscopic surgery.
सर, अभी आप आपके सेंटर में सर्जरी करने से पहले क्या वर्कअप करके आने के लिए बोलते हैं पेशेंट्स को, कि अगर समझो ये आउट स्टेशन पेशेंट है, नॉट स्टेइंग एट बॉम्बे, और उनको एक ही दिन के लिए आपके यहाँ आना है, तो प्री ऑपरेटिव वर्कअप क्या होना जरूरी है सर?
A routine pre-surgical workup which you will do in any laboratory in your town. A routine. अगर आप कोई भी laboratory में जाके बोलेंगे मुझे pre-operative profile करना है, it is a standard panel now across India. Okay, and that's the only thing which we need, along with a good ultrasound. That's it.
Okay.
The only two things which we need. We don't need a CT MRI. That's why I told we don't need a CT MRI.
Yes. वंदना मैडम, आपको कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछने हैं सर को?
मुझे लगता है कि मैम कुछ जो हमारे डेलीगेट्स हैं, जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, they have raised their hands. First we should take their questions.
No, we will only allow 2 questions. So
yes,
any
sir.
2 questions from anyone.
एक या दो ही क्वेश्चन है सर. Yes madam.
Yeah, sure.
डॉक्टर वैशाली को अनम्यूट कर दीजिए
Good
प्लीज.
evening, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Vaishali. Hi,
Yes,
tell me.
thank you so much for a very informative lecture. Sir, my
Yeah.
question is, I had 2 patients,
Yeah.
menorrhagia, but then
Yeah.
the gynecologist advised for Mirena. So I want
Yes,
to know
it's a very good option. As I told you.
want to know the details of, that against hysterectomy, sir.
No, I think that is beyond the purview of this lecture, but I can tell you, for a normal size uterus, Mirena is a very good hormonal option. It is a very good hormonal option. Okay. If you want a non-hormonal option, then it is TCRE. And if the patient does not want any of it, then it is hysterectomy. Mirena will work in around 85% of the patients who have a normal size uterus. After that, the Mirena will not work.
Second question comes from Dr. Vaishali. This was
Yes,
Dr.
Dr.
Veena
Vaishali.
Jaipur. So Dr. Vaishali, please unmute yourself and ask the question.
Sure.
I think I did answer. I did question, sir. My turn is
Okay.
over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dr.
Then-
Veena, you can ask. Okay. So
we
we
have
have,
to unmute. We have to unmute. हाँ, yes.
yeah,
Hi,
please ask.
sir. जो मेनोपॉजल लेडीज और पेरीमेनोपॉजल लेडीज है, उनमें
जी।
फाइब्रॉइड है, तो उनको हिस्टेक्टोमी करनी चाहिए कि नहीं?
मैडम, उनको सिम्टम है या नहीं वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. वो पेरीमेनोपॉजल है या मेनोपॉजल है ये इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है. इफ somebody, मान के चलिए somebody is 49, ओके, और उसको 10 सेंटीमीटर का फाइब्रॉइड है, तो आपको क्या लगता है मेनोपॉज कब होगा? उसका गारंटी है कि उसका मेनोपॉज 6 महीने में होएगा? नहीं गारंटी है ना. अगर उसका मेनोपॉज 53 तक आया, 53 मतलब 4 साल के बाद में अगर उसका मेनोपॉज आया तो क्या गारंटी है कि मेनोपॉज होने के बाद में वो 10 सेंटीमीटर का फाइब्रॉइड 2 सेंटीमीटर का हो जाएगा? लुक, treat the patient based on what is the patient's symptom. If she is saying I am having menorrhagia and I have a 10 centimeter fibroid but I am 49, अब मेरे को बताओ मेरा मेनोपॉज कब आएगा? अरे मैं थोड़ी कृष्ण भगवान हूं कि मैं बता सकता हूं कि कभी मेनोपॉज आएगा। इंडिया में एवरेज एज ऑफ मेनोपॉज इज 52, मतलब +- 2 years। तो अगर उसको 54 पे आया तो उसका हस्बैंड मेरा गला काट देगा। उससे बेटर इज उससे बेटर इफ शी इज सिम्टोमेटिक, राइट इट ऑन पेपर, पेशेंट नीड्स हिस्टेरेक्टमी। फिर पेशेंट का डिसीजन है कि उसको 3000 वाले डॉक्टर का सुनने का है कि फ्री के ओपिनियन वाले फ्रेंड का सुनने का है।
सर उसको सिम्टोमेटिक नो ब्लीडिंग, ओनली पेल्विक पेन है और 4 सेंटीमीटर फाइब्रोइड। हाँ
पेल्विक पेन है ना?
हाँ जी हाँ, पेन है।
हाँ, तो उसको अब देखो, उसने आपको कांटेक्ट ही इसके लिए किया है क्योंकि उसको पेन है।
As pain.
अगर उसको पेन नहीं होता ना मैडम, तो आपके साथ में बाकी सब बात करती, साड़ी कौन सा लिया, ज्वेलरी कौन सा पहना। वो पेन का बात कर रही है ना, मतलब वो तकलीफ में है मैडम।
तो उसका
Okay.
करना चाहिए।
अगर मेरी बहन होती तो मैं उसको राइटिंग में देता कि तुझे करना चाहिए, अगर तुझे नहीं करना है तो तेरी मर्जी, सिंपल।
सर एक न्यूली मैरिड विमेन है, उसके मल्टीपल फाइब्रॉइड्स है, फंडल, पोस्टीरियर, एंटीरियर, और जो बिगेस्ट वन है 6.3 into 5.4।
देखो मैडम, 120 फाइब्रॉइड तक तो हम लोग नॉर्मली निकालते हैं, 4 बार न्यूज़पेपर में नाम आ चुका है, बराबर। अभी ये 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 फाइब्रॉइड के लिए तो हम लोग सोचते भी नहीं है। अगर उसको
तो
आगे बच्चा चाहिए, ऑफ कोर्स वो फाइब्रॉइड
आफ्टर
निकालेगी तो बच्चा
मायोमेक्टमी शी
होगा,
कैन कंसीव।
ऑफ कोर्स।
ओके
मायोमेक्टमी इज डन सो दैट शी कैन कंसीव।
ओके सर। तो सर जो पॉलिप की इंडिकेशन है उसमें करनी चाहिए स्टेक्टमी और नॉट?
उसको पॉलिप की वजह से तकलीफ है?
हाँ, इंटरमेस्ट्रल ब्लीडिंग है ड्यूरिंग वो होती है तभी प्रॉब्लम है, इंटरमेस्ट्रल होगी
मैडम
इंटरकोर्स के।
एक चीज इंडिया के लेडीज के बारे में ध्यान रखना, अगर उनको तकलीफ नहीं है ना, तो मैं आपको चैलेंज मार के बोलता हूँ, डॉक्टर फ्री कंसल्टिंग करेगा ना तो भी वो डॉक्टर के पास नहीं जाएगी। ये चीज ध्यान रखना। द वेरी फैक्ट कि आपके वो दोस्त ने आपको मैसेज भेजा है, व्हाट्सएप किया है, अल्ट्रासाउंड करवाया है, मतलब उसको तकलीफ 100% आए, तब भी कोई करेगा। और वो ट्रीटमेंट का अगर आपने सॉल्यूशन नहीं दिया तो वो किसी और के पास जाएगी। तो उससे बेटर क्या है, आप उसको बता दीजिए कि भाई ये पॉलिप पे तेरे को हिस्ट्रोस्कोपिक पॉलिपेक्टमी करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी, सिंपल।
सर प्रैक्टिकली आई हैव सीन माय पेशेंट, एक पेशेंट था उसको पॉलिप था, सर्वाइकल पॉलिप, एक को एंडोमेट्रियल पॉलिप था। तो मैंने उसको मतलब आफ्टर ड्यू टू एनी रीजन उसने अपनी सर्जरी पोस्टपोन कर ली। आफ्टर 2 months उसकी स्कैन वाज नॉर्मल।
पॉलिप गिर भी तो जाता है मैडम, पॉलिप को भी तो यूट्रस में रहने का कंटाला आता है, पॉलिप भी तो बाहर निकल जाएगा।
तो यही है कि हमें एडवाइस करना चाहिए कि नहीं उसका शेड हो गया।
यू शुड राइट इट ऑन पेपर कि मैंने पॉलिप देखा है और ये पॉलिप पेशेंट को निकाल देना चाहिए। आपने आपका पेपर वर्क ठीक से करना है
बस।
ये जमाना भलाई का नहीं है। 2 महीने के बाद में अगर पॉलिप 4 सेंटीमीटर की जगह पे 8 सेंटीमीटर हो गया होता ना मैडम, तो गायनेक के साथ में आपके ऊपर भी 25 लाख का केस हुआ होता।
ठीक है।
हाँ, और इतना भलाई मत करो। भलाई किसी के साथ करना है तो मेरे साथ करो ना, मैं कितना अच्छा आदमी हूँ। देखो मैं सबके लिए बात करता हूँ, सबके साथ बात करता हूँ, सबका मैं भला करता हूँ, तो मेरे साथ भला करो ना, पेशेंट के लिए क्यों करते हो?
सर एक और क्वेश्चन है, सीए सर्विक्स में पीवी फाइंडिंग में अगर तो लास्ट स्टेज में आती है, तो मैंने पीवी किया है, फाइबर टिश्यू हो जाता है, सॉफ्ट हो जाता है, फर्स्ट स्टेज ऑफ सीए में क्या पीवी फाइंडिंग है?
हार्ड सर्विक्स ऑन पर रेक्टल एग्जामिनेशन। Ideally in CA cervix you should do PV per speculum and per rectum. Complete examination is finished only by doing per rectum examination. But remember one thing, when you are talking of stage 1, काफी बार साइज छोटी होती है ना, you will have to take a biopsy and it is a biopsy proven diagnosis that it is stage 1. You can't put your eye and say कि हाँ ये stage 1 है भाई, ऐसा नहीं है। आपको compulsorily biopsy लेनी है and then you can put a clinical stage in front of this patient. Okay?
तो सर एक फाइब्रॉइड का थ्रेटन्ड एबॉर्शन में रोल है?
फाइब्रॉइड की साइज के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है ना मैडम।
इट मे बी साइड पे भी डिपेंड करता है, फंडल है, पोस्टीरियर या एंटीरियर, उस पे डिपेंड करता है।
Size. If it is a submucous fibroid of 1 centimeter, it is a role in threatened abortion. But if it is a subserous fibroid of 5 centimeters, it has no role in any abortion.
Madam,
Okay,
can
sir.
we give chance
Thank
to
you, ji.
Dr. Suryanarayan Patnaik, sir?
वीना मैडम ने पूरा गायनेक एक ही लाइन में मेरे को पूछ लिया.
पूछ लिया पूरा.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
एक ही क्वेश्चन में सारे आ गए questions. तो डॉक्टर सूर्यनारायण पटनायक सर को थोड़ा सा अनम्यूट कर दीजिए, जय सर.
Yeah,
Madam,
he's
good
unmuted, madam. He's unmuted.
He's
my dear
asking-
doctor, my dear beloved Dr. Mehta, sir.
Hi, tell me.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, as you told some of about Ayurvedic doctors' limitations means we are not writing only ultrasound only. We don't go for more than a CT scan or otherwise other examinations more. And also for the fibroids growth, but after our medication, the growth never increases. That stops at the same stage. But many of the gynecologists where we refer, even for leukorrhea, they are advising hysterectomy, abdomen hysterectomy. So this is the thing going all around the country. In my area, one village.
Dr. Patnaik, I'll give you one simple example. You know, I'll tell you a very nice answer to this, what you mentioned. Irrespective of people around you doing whatever they want to do, as long as the patient is in your OPD, I
Okay.
believe it is every doctor's moral responsibility to be ethical to that patient. The minute patient leaves your OPD, he is not your patient. She is not your patient. Understanding? So even if the person in your village, or even if a gynecologist in your village probably is advising hysterectomy for a wide discharge, let them
no,
advise it.
Doctor, no. If I refer for I am a male doctor. If I refer to a gynecologist for PV and other examinations, they certainly promotes the case for hysterectomy. So this case definitely can cure by Ayurvedic medicine. For the
Absolutely.
leukorrhea.
In fact, Dr. Patnaik, I would really request you, just like how you are a male, I'm also a male. Okay. Next time you have a patient in your OPD, keep a female assistant with you and examine the patient. Being a male
Definitely.
doctor is not an excuse in the court of law for not examining the patient. That is a medical legal advice.
Yeah. Female medical assistant should be there while going to examine a female. And one more, doctor, after the complete open abdomen hysterectomy cases, post hysterectomy, many cases are having the hernia side, herniatal signs, many more cases.
You are absolutely right. That is the reason why we don't want to do abdominal hysterectomy.
And laparoscopy also, there I found 2 cases of post laparotomy. They had the pain, recurrent pain in the lower abdomen, below umbilicus. They pain constantly, unknown etiology, giving
Yeah,
analgesia or something.
No, that could be due to a port site infection. That's why I said there are 7 to 10 very good people in the country for laparoscopic hysterectomy. And ideally, the patient should go to one of these 10-20 people.
Is it not surgical infection?
Could be, but unless we see the patient, it's very difficult to identify, right?
Doctor, final question. For what exact cause or symptoms for the hysterectomy indication?
I think we answered that as a part of the lecture. Maybe you can brush up that. Okay.
For severe bleeding, I think you meant that. Bleeding only the main root cause.
No, we've answered. Fibroid adenomyosis, we've answered all of that. Any visible pathology.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Thank you so much. I think, Pranita ji, we can
Yes,
stop
sir.
the questions. Any further questions, we can have it on our this thing. And
Yes, sir.
on our WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So सब questions अभी खत्म हुए होंगे ऐसे समझ के आगे चलते हैं. After this question answer session, I would like to call upon today's chairperson, Dr. Sucheta Ray, for her expert opinion in a minute. Sucheta Ray, madam.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Am I
Yes,
audible, ma'am?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
madam. Yes,
audible, but a lot of people are
Yeah.
speaking in the
You're
background.
audible.
Hello, I think there is a disturbance in the line, ma'am.
Yeah. Many people are speaking.
Okay. Thank you for calling me as a chairperson to today's session. I'm really blessed to attend it actually, and I want to thank NEMA Central President Dr. Vinayak Temburnikar sir, NEMA Central Secretary Dr. U.S. Pandey sir, NEMA Central Treasurer Dr. Santosh Kulkarni sir, NEMA Central Women's Forum President Dr. Sadhana Kulkarni ma'am, NEMA Central Women's Forum Secretary Dr. Masudkar ma'am, and obviously today's speaker and host Dr. Jay Mehta sir. Sir, I'm really blessed to meet you, and really I'm very happy to attend your session, sir, and I'm really happy to see that there are still so many doctors for poor people, and you told about the charity thing, sir. And I want to let you know, sir, being an Ayurvedic practitioner, I especially refer patients as I see, because in today's topic, there is very little Ayurveda can do. Actually, I want to, if you permit, sir, I will just give a little bit in Ayurveda. Although
Sure.
there is, sir, actually, in Ayurveda, we consider it as Garbhashay Granthi, and Acharya Sushrut didn't mention any kind of surgery in this thing. And whenever I see large fibroids, I directly ask them to go to any allopathic surgeon.
Yeah.
So the special cases which I usually get in my clinic, वो ज्यादातर आती हैं, and the thing is, हमें surgery नहीं करवानी, आप कोई भी गोली दे दो and I will be fine. So I specially tell them कि जो problem से आप गुजर रही हो, and इसके बाद अगर आपको surgery नहीं करानी, they especially their consent is कि
Can I block?
today.
Sorry, can I interrupt
Sure,
you
sir,
here?
sure.
You know,
Sure, sir.
I have a very nice answer to this. You know,
Sure.
whenever somebody tells me ना कि मुझे गोली दे दो, when it is not indicated, okay, कि मुझे गोली दे दो, मुझे ऑपरेशन नहीं करवाना, I always ask them, आप मुझे पहले वो गोली दो जिससे आपका और आपके सासू माँ का रिलेशन सुधर जाएगा. अगर आपके पास में उस चीज का गोली है तो मेरे पास में इस चीज का गोली है, you know, and then 80% of people are ready for surgery after this one night. ठीक है?
Yes, sir. I can understand. It's difficult to counsel Indian women.
Yeah.
So a bit, I want to tell that in Ayurveda, if the fibroids are very small,
Yeah.
a particular treatment we people are using is like we give Kanchnar Gugul with
I'm aware of that.
Yeah, sir, with Shigru Gugul combined
It's
with
very good.
Haridrakhand. Yeah,
Yeah.
sir, combined with Haridrakhand. Basically, the root cause we think is Kafaj Vataj and Raktaj Dosh. What we
2
think is-
centimeters is the cutoff. If you
Yes,
have
sir. Yes,
fibroid
sir.
less than 2
I don't
centimeter,
go-
you do that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't go about that because in Ayurveda, we specially try to just lower the Kapha and Vat, the root cause. And these 3 medicines are working good, sir. I want to just let you know.
No,
Because-
I also
yeah.
want to tell you, see, the technical reason why these medications
sir.
are working good is because they cause a little bit of vasoconstriction. Okay.
Okay,
So if you
yeah.
see, after giving these medications, no, which you just mentioned, the
Yes, sir.
volume of the fibroid will go down. It will
Yes,
not
sir.
disappear. The
No,
volume
sir,
will
it
go
won't
down.
disappear.
Yeah.
It won't disappear. I accept that, sir.
Yeah.
Because even after my 3 months of treatment, the size of the fibroids were small, but they didn't
Correct.
go off completely.
Absolutely.
So one more thing I want to tell, that if the patient is having heavy bleedings with the small size also, then we can combine 2 more drugs. If the size is small, not the larger ones, sir, let me tell you. Then
Yeah.
we can even combine Mukta Pishti 125 mg with Kukkutanda Twag Bhasma. They are also working very good, sir. But yeah,
Okay.
really, you are truthful, sir, because it is not completely going, but it is helpful with small size fibroids only.
Madam, I love Ayurveda. I have studied every textbook of Ayurveda which anybody has gifted me. I love
Sir,
it
that
because
shows-
there are
that
lots of methods, especially for azoospermia. There are lots of wonderful methods which have been listed about antioxidation in Ayurveda, which only Ayurveda has listed. Okay.
Sure,
So,
sir, sure.
as I said, you know, in my lecture also I mentioned that everybody has a little limitation. For example, I have a limitation. I'm staying in Maharashtra, but I can't speak fantastic Marathi. So that is my limitation, right?
Sure, sir.
We have to improve on it.
Yeah, we should know
Similarly-
our limitations.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, allopathy has limitations. Allopathy has nothing called as Uttar Basti. But Uttar Basti is something which is fantastic for implantation, right? We
Yes.
have no study for implantation in allopathy. So does that mean that Uttar Basti is wrong? Wrong. It
No.
means Uttar Basti is very good. If you don't accept Uttar Basti, probably you are doing the wrong thing, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
if you tell
Right.
that Uttar Basti is going to make person with blocked fallopian tubes pregnant in 2 months, then you are also wrong. Understanding?
Yeah.
That
Sure,
is
sir,
the
sure.
message.
I,
Yeah.
I only go with the patients where
Absolutely.
Sure, sir. Yeah. You're right, sir.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The organizers. for such a energetic session.
Yes, thank you, madam. Thank you, madam, for your opinion. And now we are heading towards the end of the session with vote of thanks. I would like to say thank you to NIMA Central Team, President, respected Vinayak Temburnekar sir, Secretary Pandey sir, and Treasurer Dr. Ashutosh Kulkarni sir. NIMA Women's Forum Central Dignitaries, President Motherly Dr. Sadhna Kulkarni madam, Secretary Dr. Mrunmayee Masodkar madam, and Vice President Dr. Padghan madam, for such a knowledgeable platform for us. I would like to say thank you to today's speaker and host, Dr. Jay Mehta, who is keeping us awake every Sunday afternoon nowadays. I would like to say thank you to Chairperson, Dr. Suchita Ray madam. I would like to say thank you to my fellow anchor, Dr. Vandana Pathak, and co-anchor, Dr. Veena and Premlata. My technical team, Dr. Daga sir and Manish Joshi sir from Nasik. I would like to specially mention Swapna Jagdale madam, President NIMA Women's Forum Maharashtra, and Secretary Dr. Rajashree Shirpurkar and Treasurer Parvati Rane madam for always encouraging us for these academic activities. Last but not least, all knowledgeable, knowledge-thirsty delegates from all over nation for their patience listening. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.